Tennessee's Attorney General doubles down on the defense of his state's ban on gender-affirming care. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Kim Chapman-Whitfield.
And I'm Joshua. We told you about this story yesterday. The U.S. Supreme Court is set to hear a challenge to Tennessee's gender-affirming care ban. The Biden administration brought the lawsuit. They believe the law goes too far in restricting what they call life-saving measures for transgender youth.
Tennessee's General Assembly passed the law last year. A federal appeals court in Cincinnati allowed the law to stay in place. Now, with the high court set to hear the matter in the fall, discussion around gender-affirming care is back in the national spotlight.
News Channel 9's Jacqueline Davis joined us in studio to share a bit of that conversation. Jacqueline.
Yeah, Kim, Josh, I spoke to an activist within the LGBTQ plus community about what he thinks this means for children. Meantime, Tennessee's Attorney General did not hesitate to make his beliefs clear on national television.
We see you, we love you, and we support you, and we are fighting, and that it does get better. It does.
At the center of this case is a Tennessee law that restricts puberty blockers and hormone therapy for transgender minors. In an interview with Fox News, Tennessee Attorney General Jonathan Skrmetti says this case forces the Supreme Court to look at a new issue.
So this is the first time that the Supreme Court has looked at what the Constitution says about gender identity issues. It looked at a statutory issue in the Bostock case, but this could be a really broad ruling.
With the ban in place, families have to either make the decision to move out of state where their teenagers can access this care, or to have to miss school and work, pay for hotel bills.
The American Civil Liberties Union says it's important for the Supreme Court to thoroughly look at the gender-affirming ban. Lucas Cameron Vaughn, an attorney at ACLU, says this ban could have a long-lasting effect on kids.
There are studies that show that not being able to access this medically necessary care results in severe anxiety and severe depression for these teenagers. It also results in increased risk of suicide for these young people. AG
Skrmetti posted to social media saying, quote, "We fought hard to defend Tennessee's law protecting kids from irreversible gender treatments and secured a thoughtful and well-reasoned opinion from the Sixth Circuit." Zachary Heath, an activist for the LGBTQ plus community, says a stop to the ban is best for transgender children's health.
For safety. So when you have children that are being allowed to be who they genuinely, authentically are, and then you take that away from them, you are putting them at a place to be bullied because you are exposing them.
AG Skrmetti disagrees. He says children cannot fully grasp the treatments involved in the process.
Irreversible treatments. And that's what drove Tennessee's law, a concern that kids were making decisions that have lifelong consequences without fully understanding what they were doing. So the law is there to protect kids from the consequences of these profound decisions.
Skrmetti says there has been an uptick of children with gender dysphoria. He says he worries that they're being overdiagnosed and overtreated, and it is a state's responsibility to regulate that treatment. Josh.
Jacqueline, thank you. The federal appeals court in Cincinnati that allowed the law to stand also ruled on a similar ban in Kentucky. The Supreme Court did not act on the Kentucky law.